Presidential campaign trail getting really nasty really fast. But President Obama says we won't be apologizing. The president responded to questions about his campaign's attacks on Governor Mitt Romney's record at Bain Capital last week, an especially brutal accusation. An Obama deputy campaign manager said Governor Romney may have committed a felony with his SEC filings. The Romney campaign demanded an apology, but doesn't look like they are going to get one. Jonathan Strong from Roll Call joins us. Nice to see you, Jonathan.
Good to see you.
Will there be an apology?
No.
Okay.
No, the president has said no apology. Stephanie Cutter said there's going to be no apology. They are quite pleased with how this debate is going, I would imagine.
Are they right in the facts that they assert about the SEC? My
reading of it, having looked at the issue very carefully, is no. But it's complicated.
Let me just step in. If it's no, then their failure to apologize speaks loudly. You say that they're wrong about the facts.
Well, they're not going to apologize because they're very pleased that we've been talking about Bain Capital for the last week after dismal unemployment numbers.
But are they pleased? If you are right that the facts are wrong, and they're wrong at suggesting he's a felony, how can they possibly be pleased with themselves if they're wrong?
Stephanie Cutter said either he's a felon or he's lying to the American people. The choice being that he filed these documents to the federal government that say he was in charge of Bain Capital. And you get into this whole issue because there were deals that Bain Capital did between 1999 and 2002 that, in retrospect, aren't something you might boast about on the presidential campaign trail because of sensitivities about outsourcing and that sort of thing.
Well, then, let's say that the felon comment over the line.
Is it my personal opinion?
Yeah.
It's rather aggressive for a deputy campaign manager.
Is there a reason to think that he was mistaken, or is Stephanie Cutter just plain wrong? Is he mistaken about in what he said or in any of the filings about his role?
This is an issue that's so complicated that different people who are coming at it honestly do have different opinions, and so I can't get into Stephanie Cutter's heart and know whether she thinks this is true or false, but I think you have to take them at their word that they have a different view of it than I do.
All right. What difference does it make whether if he's correct, or by he I mean Governor Romney, if he's correct or if he's mistaken about when he got in or out of Bain? Is there something that happened in that window that is so that is significant?
Well, I think that's a great question because we're losing sight of what is really at issue here, which is the conduct of Bain Capital in those years, which is, it's not like we're talking about something illegal here. Mitt Romney, we're not analyzing when he was affiliated with the mafia or something. It's that they did some deals where some people lost some jobs, and they'd rather not defend that as being part of Mitt Romney's record. So they're drawing this bright line at when he left the company, and he wasn't there day to day. He was in Utah doing the Olympics.
I suppose I would, if I were the Obama campaign, I'd be quite pleased talking about whether the Bain lost jobs or not in light of such rather damning things as Solyndra, which were obvious from the get-go as being a really bad idea.
Well, and political analysts have all been saying that this is about setting the terms of the debate, that Obama is happy to be talking about this and not about the unemployment numbers, not about Solyndra and these other things. But those same analysts and me and you are the ones who decide what to talk about. So maybe that's the question.
Actually, the unemployment level, this is what I don't understand, is that I would think that President Obama would want to talk about some unemployment numbers because some of them in swing states are below the national average. So I would think that he'd rather be talking about that than getting down in the weeds as to when Governor Romney got out of Bain.
Well, I see your point, and Virginia is a good example of where the economy is doing a little bit better. Florida, too.
And Ohio.
But this last report that came out, the manufacturing numbers took a huge hit. It was a very worrying sign overall. And so at this point, the economy is just a bad subject for Obama to be talking about in general.
Jonathan, thank you. Nice to see you.
Thank you.